Hey, it's Natasha with Encompass All LLC again. Today I just really want to share about some of our blocks that we may be creating for ourselves on daily progress, balance, routine, um, like pleasures over importance, kind of. Sometimes we have goals and life guilt that comes because we're putting some things prioritized over our priorities, like hobbies, enjoyments, pleasures, playtime. Now, listen, I'm all about telling the busy person or people who keep themselves so busy and productive. I'm kind of like that. To slow down and rest, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the people or the persons that's putting hobbies, enjoyments, pleasures accidentally or incidentally first before your priorities, before your life balance. And then at the end of the day, or frequently throughout the day or throughout the week, or suddenly out of nowhere, you have this heavy guilt of, I'm not reaching my goals. My house balance is off, or my life balance, or my personal mentality is off. And it's not that we mean to do these things. Everybody slips up and we start falling into different routine that is not the most productive for us mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. So it's a good question to ask yourself is, what am I putting first before my priorities, my goals, my desires that are important to me, not your hobbies. We're not talking about your daily enjoyments that may be an overconsumption right now. And I'm not telling you not to do those things unless you can't control how much you do those things. That may be overriding your productivity, may be overriding your goals, because your worth and your goals are worth the sacrifice of putting your pleasures aside, some of them, or the one that you're putting first, or the three. Could be anything. I don't know. I know what mine are. I know what my friends and families are that are close to me, but that's because we talk to each other and we see it. I don't know you guys, but if you have been having it on your heart that something is off balance, that your goals are not being reached, I'm here to remind you to ask yourself, what are you putting first that's leaving you feeling like, I'm not reaching my goals? I'm not putting the people in my life first that matter the most to me, and I feel like I'm not prioritizing them. What is it that you're putting first? Because the idea isn't to guilt trip yourself. It's to put yourself back in order, prostrated nicely and relaxed, and the work you put in, you feel good about. The time you put in, you feel good about, and you're worth it. Your goal is worth it. Your dream is worth it. And sometimes we're investing money, a lot of money, sometimes small money. Sometimes we're investing time, a lot of time, or too much time. It might not be a lot of time, it might be just too much time. Especially like if we're all grown, if anybody's watching this video that we're grown-ups, we have jobs, we have bills, we have kids, we have families. Those types of things take our time as it is. So if we put too much time in hobbies after those things, we don't get to reach our goals and our successes, or especially if like for me, starting my business again, there's not much time left at the beginning of the day. There's not much time left at the end of the day. So you have to prioritize yourself. You have to prioritize the goal, whether it's feeling, and it could be as simple as this. It could be that you're a parent and you feel guilty because you're not spending time with your kids after work, after chores, after dinner, even though those things are all for your kids too. It's not the same. So instead of coming home and doing what you do or want to do, maybe you come home and you spend 10 minutes to yourself instead of an hour. I know that's hard, but guilt is also very hard. Not having years and watching it pass by day after day after day is also horrible as well, because what you have is an internal confliction within yourself, not having peace. And the idea here isn't to guilt yourself. It's to realign so that you can have peace. You can have internal love. You can have internal gratitude. And you can have gratitude without having perfect balance. I honestly kind of don't believe in perfect balance. I believe in balance, but I kind of don't believe in perfect balance, because you can have goals for every day and then life kind of switches up your day when you start it. And you're like, whoa, I only got like 2 or 3 things done instead of the 10 that was my goal. So I encourage you and myself to ask yourself, what am I putting first over my heart's greatest purpose, desire, want that I haven't reached? And some of us may have wanted this thing or these things for 10 years, 5 years, a year, 20 years, and we just feel like it's never going to happen. But you know what I know? The only one that's going to make it happen, and the universe helping you, because that we know that that's the fact, and whatever aligns for you will come to you as well. But it's the first step you make. You make your first step, your thoughts, your mentality, your actions, your time invested, your money invested. It's you. So if you continue to do the same thing 365 days a year, if we do the same thing, we're coming back around, and that next year in January, we're like, we didn't reach it. We didn't reach it. And my hope for you is that you're honest with yourself about what needs adjusted, about what needs put in its place. If your hobbies need to go from 2 hours a day to 20 minutes a day, do it. You're the only one to take yourself serious. And then if your family, like say you're in a family aspect, talk to your family about it. Talk to your husband about it. Talk to your wife about it. And I hope they support you, because if they don't, who will? I know you should. You should hold your boundaries. You should hold your boundaries, because if it matters to you, even if it doesn't matter to them, they should matter enough, because it's for you and they should love you. So ask yourself the real questions. What's in the way? What's off balance? What do I need to give less time to? Where do I need to prioritize it? And you may need to go as far as every day your hobby might need to be twice a week your hobby. I used to work out every day at the gym, okay? So now that's healthy, right? But it was off balance, because outside of work and chores and doing things, it wasn't leaving enough time for me and my kids. Sometimes, even if it's good for you, it's out of place. Just a little too much. And some things just need tweaked. Is your house a clutter? Then maybe your mind is feeling cluttered. Mine is, so I'm working on it. And it's understandable I feel cluttered. I'm like getting ready to have a baby any minute, any day, any minute. And I'm an overdoer, somebody who loves being productive, loves running my own business, and could probably go all day. But what happens at the end of the day for me, or throughout the day, is that guilt of feeling like I didn't give everybody the attention and the love that they deserve from mom or my life partner. And I have some things. So, this message is coming from a very honest place. I'm very productive, but who's paying for how productive I'm being? Does that make sense? And with just little adjustments or big ones, we can put some things back in balance. And the universe will help you. It will definitely help you. It might not be the way you want it to, but it was most definitely help you put things back into priority. Don't be afraid to answer these questions. Don't be afraid to ask people to give you space or to help you with what you need to do to adjust. And it may take practice. Everything that you're used to, especially something you've been doing for years, it can take like 30 days or more to intently set that standard. You can start small. You can say, I'm going to work on this thing for 5 minutes a day. Whatever it is. You can say, I'm going to work on this thing for 20 minutes a day, and I'm not going to do this over here. But the idea is that you're not missing what you actually love to things that you're comfortable with, sitting in the routine, sitting in your pleasures that aren't getting you your goals, sitting in your hobbies that may be the reason you're stuck, investing in places that are taking, sometimes from your family. If your investments in your hobbies are taking from your family, question where that should be. From your priorities, your family. I know my biggest priority is my family. So that's why I bring it up. I'm a mom. I've got almost 4 kids. I mean, I got one, but it's in my tummy. Priorities and goals over hobbies. I'm not saying kill your hobbies. I am saying put them where they belong. Don't be lackadaisical. Rest. That one's hard for me. I don't really listen to that one. But I'm getting there. I really am trying to make myself do it. But don't be lackadaisical in the things that matter to you. And I do encourage meditation or some kind of time where you can listen inside of yourself about what matters to you. Because sometimes we're so busy, we don't hear ourselves. Which isn't your fault. Some of it's not your fault. We have to go to work. We gotta pay bills. We gotta buy the groceries. These things don't stop. They start over and over every day, every month, every week. We have bills, So, I get it. The struggle's real. But be real with yourself. If you want to reach those goals, if you want to be a better person, if you want to be healthier and happier in your mind, take the time to realign. Because it genuinely matters. And you matter. Your people matter. Your goals matter. And you can make them happen. You can make them happen. And I believe in you. Thanks for being with me. Encompass all.